Only if you can make me taller, I think we can work something out.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4.
That toasted?
All I know is they're all bright.
I'm ready. You ready?
Everybody good? All right. Good evening, and thank you for your patience. I'm Chief Mike McKinley, M-C-K-I-N-L-E-Y, with the Apopka Police Department. Today at approximately 4 p.m., the Apopka Police Department responded to an overdose call in the Oasis at Wakaiva apartment complex. On arrival, officers with the Apopka Police Department and members of the Apopka Fire Department rendered aid to the individual who had overdosed. That individual was transported to Advent Health Apopka for medical care. While officers were on scene, there was a male left behind. They began to question that male. That male produced a handgun from the bed he was sitting on, and the officers retreated from the bedroom and the apartment. As they were retreating, they heard one gunshot. Upon them being safe and out of the apartment, the Metro SWAT team was called. The Metro SWAT team entered the apartment after making phone calls and announcements into the apartment, and we found one male deceased with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Did any officers fire their weapon?
There were no shots fired by any police officer. They just retreated, took tactical positions, and maintained those positions until the SWAT team arrived.
Understanding it's all preliminary, are you thinking that the initial gunshot the officers heard when they retreated was the gunshot, the self-inflicted one that likely took them in?
Early into the investigation, that's what appears, and officers were around the apartment the entire time, and that one gunshot is the only gunshot they heard while they were there.
At what point did you go inside and see that the suspect was dead inside the house?
The Metro SWAT team tactically breached the apartment, and we were able to see through a window and a camera that he was deceased.
What's the relationship between the person who was taken to the hospital and the person who...
Other than being in the apartment together, I don't know that at this time.
Can you explain what the questioning was between the man and the officers that maybe, what was the question that initiated his response to go pull out the gun?
I don't know that they got really into the questioning. They were going to question him, obviously, about the overdose, and he was the only one present in the apartment to see what exactly happened and what the overdose entailed, but it happened rather quickly that he produced a firearm and that they retreated out of the apartment. I do want to commend them. They did not engage him. They retreated. For everybody's safety, they did the right thing, left the apartment, secured the apartment, and let the SWAT team come in and take over.
Chief, does it speak to a bigger concern? We had people in an apartment, they had opioids, drugs, firearms, 1ODs, just to speak to the community as a whole of what your officers are facing.
Well, they do face it, and Apopka is no different than any other community. We're a microcosm of society. We encounter the same problems that all society does, and obviously opioid overdoses do affect the city of Apopka. It's a shame. We hope that people get the help that they need. We try to help them if we can when we're on calls for service for them, but there is a bigger picture out there. We do have a drug problem, and society has a drug problem. We need to try to break that cycle and help people.
Chief, what's the condition? The condition of the overdose victim?
To my understanding, she's stable at the hospital.
Okay. Age of the person?
I don't have that with me.
Okay, so just the timeline. 4 o'clock, you get the initial call. By the time you break down, what time is that roughly? You wrap things up.
Just a few minutes ago.
Okay.
Probably within the last 20 minutes. I haven't looked at my watch. I'm sorry.
Or a 4-hour situation? Okay.
Yes, sir. And understand, we went through a process of trying to call on the phone, trying to make announcements from our tactical vehicle to try to get the individual to come out just in case this wasn't the outcome. Obviously, it's not the outcome we wanted to see. We'd have liked to see him just come out of the apartment and face whatever consequences were there.
Metro SWAT of Apopka.
The Metro SWAT team is a SWAT team that composed of the Malin Police Department, the Winter Park Police Department, the Apopka Police Department, the Ocoee and Winter Garden Police Department. So they respond to any critical incidents within those cities. Thank you. I appreciate y'all's time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. You're fine. Oh, absolutely fine. I'm so slick. I was gonna get yours off easier than